I'm happy that we all gathered here today because it is important that we always seem to keep up on all the issues that we all are needing to be addressed, whether it be district issues or ones that just have to be brought up. And this being said, I have seen little being done to change our method of operation. And this goes with the lack of accountability I've seen among our staff members. And specifically, I'm going to be addressing one particular initiative that we started last year, and then I'm going to be going into the different solutions that I've kind of created thus far. And at the end of this, anyone can put in their feedback, different solutions, or anything else that they have in mind. Now, as we know, Monroe County has recently engaged in a new initiative called the Monroe 200, where we assembled a sample of 200 millennials, and they helped strategize and come up with different initiatives for the county as they were separated into different focus groups. And from there, we were able to come up with an entire final report that we had addressed to us in the June full legislature meeting in 2015, so as of this year. Now, what I've noticed is that nothing has been done since. Ever since the report came about, we haven't been taking any initiatives that they have brought upon us. We haven't been moving forward with this final report. And this is something that really needs to be addressed within every single department, within every single level of our administration, because we are all a part of this. Now, what I've noticed the most is that there seems to be a lack of accountability. And this is when we're trying to come up with new solutions and trying to make our different departments intermingled, it's not working. We don't have the type of communication that we should be having, and I think that's a problem. And mostly because no one is liable for their own distinct responsibilities, and this really needs to be addressed. If we continue to not moving forward with this report, we're going to lose faith in our public. We're going to lose faith in the constituents' ability to have their voice heard, which then they won't believe that we have or we want what's best for them. They won't feel as though that they can actually be heard in their county. And without that, I mean, we're nothing. And we work for the people. It's not the other way around. So we really have to make sure that we're going out there and showing them that we took these initiatives and we have been making them work. Alongside with that, we need to come up with ways to divide the tasks among our departments. And this has been something that we haven't been doing. And if we look along departments, we started this initiative, we've created a launch, and it's been very successful. We had this full report. Now what has happened? No one has been given assignments that meets the needs of moving forward. And this is something that we really need to address, or else the inevitability of it discontinuing, I mean, it's there. If we don't move forward, it's there. Now, we're all aware of how many resources that we use, that were allocated, and how many months we took to come up with this initiative. And it came all together. We got the people, we had the different initiatives all brought up in different ways of kind of allocating our resources within the county through people that are actually county members. Now, if we are the people that are supposed to be allocating the resources from this afterwards, and we're not, then why are we even government officials? Why would we even be re-elected? Now, since the communication department hosted and planned this program, I think that it is in all of our best interest that there needs to be a strong voice within that department. There needs to be a controller that can be the point of contact. Now, with every department being a part of this, we need someone that we can go to and kind of have them guide us through it. Make sure that we're all on the right page, make sure that we all are doing the right steps in order for something to be done. Now, each and every department also needs to divide their responsibilities that also are in line with their daily operations. Now we have the communications department, we have the county executive and that administration, the top head, and then we have the county legislature. We all have different tasks that we do daily. We're all accustomed to different things and different ways of communicating with the public. Now we can make this work if we know exactly how to divide the tasks of what needs to be done in accordance to what they already are doing within their departments. Now, if we have that head of the point of contact that we can reach, we also know that, okay, we are already doing this, this other department doesn't need to do that too. We can kind of figure this out and guide it in a way that makes it efficient. And in line with that, we also need to make sure that the county legislature is significantly involved. Like I stated before, we work for the people. They don't work for us. And not only do we need to make sure that they know that we are listening to them, but we also are elected officials. They vote for us. If we want them to keep voting for us, you need to actually make sure that you are listening to them and making sure that you are following through with the initiatives that you started. Now, going forward, I have just been thinking of different ways that we can kind of build upon this. And I just wanted to take note of that June full committee meeting where we all sat there and Maggie Brooks, the county executive, she stood up there in front of the report on a PowerPoint and we all listened to the final report of the Monroe 200. We were all blown away. And not only that, but we felt that sense of pride and accomplishment because we worked so hard for that. And alongside Maggie Brooks was two other millennials that also were in that program, and they were so enthusiastic. They were so ready to take on what was next. They were full of that spirit that we've been wanting to achieve. Now, if we just go downhill from there and don't actually follow through with what they had intended, then what are we doing? Why did we have this in the beginning? Now, we should work together and make this a huge responsibility upon us. We and the communication department, for the majority, publicized this in a way that made it so you could be a part of the county's strategies. You can be a part of what's next. And that was what we publicized this as. And now that we have the report, and you can actually find it online, anyone can go and see it. But if they see that we're not actually doing anything afterwards, what does that look like for us? How does that have us being the type of government officials that people want to actually vote for? People actually want us to represent them. Now, I've worked with all of you for some years now, and I know how confident all of you are in your daily operations. Now, I know that if we all were to come together and place accountability on each and every one of us and kind of know what direction we're going into, we can do this and have all of our responsibilities given and acted on proficiently, responsibly, and moving. Now, I've seen this all, and I know that we can do this because we put so much hard effort into this. And for the launch only to be our defining moment, that's not enough. We need to keep moving forward. And reconstructing the management of the Monroe 200 is a main objective that we really need to focus on. Now, if each county employee involved actually is held liable for different tasks that they're assigned to, we can actually follow through with this and make sure that everyone's going with the right path and in the right direction. And from there, if we can keep going with this, we can actually prove not only to ourselves but the county that we know and are listening to what the people have to say. So